Hello, I got your question here. You look at this page 36, it looks like, and you had two questions. One question, you need to sine of 60 equals square root of 3 over 2. That's from page 29. Are you expected to memorize that? The answer is yes. So how can you memorize it? Well, there's multiple ways you might do that. On page 29, I used to get, when I taught in person, I gave a quiz and I'd force them to memorize it. There are patterns to this page. If you study it over, there's about 5 numbers you have to memorize and then some patterns. Most people, the way they memorize it, it's using the unit circle, which is something to come later. You could look at the 30, 60, 90 triangle also. So several ways to go about memorizing this table here on page 29. I use the unit circle, which is something comes later. So that's your first question. So will be available on tests and quizzes. Well, you're going to be taking those at home, except for the final, and it's not going to be available on the final. So what you do at home, yeah, you can look, but on the final it will not. So at some point you want to memorize it. There's certain, you do the sine of 60, cosine of 60. There's certain angles you do over and over again you'll find in this book. Your other question is, how do we know the sine is negative in quadrant 3? Well, a couple ways you might do that. Sine of theta is y over r. R is always positive. We're in quadrant 3 here. Since you're in quadrant 3, y is going to be negative. If you got an ordered pair here in quadrant 3, x and y, you're going to the left and down, and so y is going to be negative. So sine, yes, it's negative in quadrant 3. Now here's a mnemonic device people often use to memorize the sign, the signs for sine, cosine, tangent, and here's make your coordinate system quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. All students take calculus, and you look at the first letter A, S, T, and C. Quadrant 1, all your trig functions are positive. In quadrant 2, your sine, its reciprocal, cosecant are positive. Quadrant 3, the tangent and its reciprocal, cotangent are positive. Quadrant 4, cosine and its reciprocal, secant are positive. So if cosine and secant are positive, the other 4 trig functions are negative in this quadrant. So this is a mnemonic device that people commonly use to keep up with the signs of the trig functions. Or you can go back and just think of y's and x's, and x and y are positive here, x is negative and y is positive, etc. You can't think of it in that terms, but this is a common way of memorizing. Hope this helps.